Hi all, I am Dr.M.Praveena, Associate Professor and Academic Coordinator working in Department of Computer Science, Full Stack Web Development in Dr.SNSRCAS College of Arts and Science. Today we are going to see about essence of web technology. In that unit 1 we are going to see about web designing introduction. So what is web designing? Introduction to web designing and the concept of effective web designing. These are the topics we are going to see now. First one is, what is web designing? Web designing is a process of creating website. Web designing means creating the website. It encompasses several different aspects including web page layout, content production and graphic design. While the terms web designing and web development are often used interchangeably, web design is technically a subset of broader category of web development. Introduction to web designing, it is very simple, there is simplicity and engaging, and it is easily accessible. It is very useful, and it is very functional. There is more functionality. It gives branding for the business people. We can also create a professional websites, and also we can message through the website. So these are the importance and useful benefit of web designing. Now let us see about the concepts of effective web designing. Creating an effective web requires careful consideration of various elements. Here are some tips to enhance the web designing. Before creating the web page, we should have so many things in our mind. That is, have a purpose and plan, simplicity, readability, responsiveness, simple navigation, call to action, load speed, prioritize scrolling, pick up the right image and color palette. Have a purpose and plan. A user needs a reason to visit an application, and that's why your website should clearly explain or convey the service or product you are going to offer. Your website and each page of it should have a purpose and clear specification that what it does. According to the goal, that is entertainment website, e-commerce website, social media, etc. of your website, makes a rough sketch and identify all crucial elements like navigation, contact information, call to action, search, footer, button, images, layouts that you need to include on your website. Understand your website from user point of view and plan according to that. Before you jump to the code, figure out what your user expectation is, what pages they are going to view, what content they are going to read, and according to that find out where you want elements to go. Next one is simplicity. Complexity is a scary, and in web designing less is more approaches work more effectively. Make your website simple and try to display one detail at a time for getting the individual attention of each part. Most people put everything on the same page, whatever they want on their website, which makes screen cluttered and users get distracted and confused. Here are some tips to keep it in mind for designing a clean and simple website. Readability. Users should not face difficulty in reading the text on your website. So you need to pay attention to the contrast between your text and its background. A lot of people use a background image with text over it, where the image does not have any overlay and the text gets blended with the image. You should use some dark overlay over the image and then the text over that to make your content readable. The same goes for the colored background. For example, don't use dark gray color background with slightly lighter text over it. Instead, that use white color text which will be more visible and readable. Also, do not have the font size too small. Keep your body text at least 16 point and take care of white space between the elements. Sans serif typeface are much preferable to use on the websites. Responsiveness. People use mobile device for most of their browsing and 50% of web traffic comes from mobile devices. These all are the reason that your application should be viewable on different devices. Text, layout, image, all the elements of your website should be viewable and accessible on different devices for better user experience. Learn to use CSS Grid, media queries, and Bootstrap framework to make your application responsive or mobile friendly. Simple navigation. Visitors will definitely move away from your website if they won't be able to find out the things they are looking for, and that's the reason paying the attention to navigation of your website is extremely important. Navigation organizes your complete website and guides the user to move around your application. The navigation menu should be on the top and sticky on your website, so if users scroll down the web page, they can still find and access the menu on your website. Below are some tips to make easy to navigate application. Use the 3-click rule in your application that allows user to get all the information they need in 3 clicks. More items in the menus confuse the visitors, so try to list the items less than 7. Also, try to avoid drop down menus. It becomes difficult for search engine to crawl drop down menus. The brand logo of your website should redirect to user on the home page. Call to action. It's very important in your website to have a clear call to action button or form that indicates the next step or action the user should take on a page to accomplish the task. For example, buy now, sign up, contact form, subscription, registration form, and social media, etc. CTA provides, that is call to action, provides some sort of direction to the user once he or she knows the purpose of the website. Without CTA, user won't be able to find that whether he or she needs to purchase a product, do some kind of registration, or take a subscription, and the user may leave the website without completing the final task. It's good if you keep CTA above the fold so the visitors can find it right in the front of them. Load speed. People are very impatient and they are not going to wait for too long if your website speed is slow. Most of the user moves away from the website within just 5 seconds if their ID does not load fast. The size of the images or videos makes a big impact on website speed. So try to compress the image before you add it there. Also, combine code into central CSS or JavaScript file to reduce the HTTP request. Minify HTML, CSS and JavaScript that is compressed to speed up their load time. Limit the large items on your website and choose the right host. Next one is prioritize scrolling. We have already mentioned that you should avoid sliders or accompaniments to present a lot of information on website. The best way to present more content and fit them into your website is by using the scroll bar. It has been found in one of the studies that the conversion rate increased by up to 30% when you add a scrolling feature to your website. Pick up the right images. A picture says a lot about a website, and choosing the right image for your website can get lot of visitors. We highly recommend use high quality optimized speed which does not affect your website speed. You can take images from professionals or from Photostock that provides high quality images with a natural look. Your image should clearly speak the type of the message you want user to understand. Adding photos of people can increase the conversion rate of your website. Color palette. The color of your website should match the brand of your website. Choosing the right color to represent your brand is very important. You also need to take care of contrast while choosing the color. When you are choosing colors of your website, they should not go well with each other also. Your text should be clear and readable. Your choice of color should not clash with each other's. For example, don't use purple and red colors next to each other. It will make your site ugly. Use a single color for the main element, primary element, and highlights secondary and other less important elements as background. You can also need to keep in mind that your primary, secondary, and background colors should be consistent throughout your entire site. Vibrant colors create emotion, so they should be used sparingly. This is a textbook and reference book. Thank you.